Hey, and welcome back. Today is Tuesday. We actually have a short week this week. As Friday, we will celebrate Veterans Day. So in Horry, we drew a jury yesterday for a murder trial. It's a two-defendant murder trial, and all of the victims, the defendants, everybody's from Florence, but as happens here quite a bit, when you are destination city, you'll have people that are coming over to exact revenge or to squash old beefs, and this is one of several murders where people are coming in this case from Florence. But it wouldn't be. We see it from Chadburn. We had a murder over the weekend where all of the people were from different areas, and it's not like it's a traditional vacation where people are coming from a long ways off and spending a week. What we generally see is these day trippers that come in and have quite a bit of commotion and then go away. Well, anyway, that murder case started yesterday. 2 witnesses went up yesterday. We'll have to get that in by either Wednesday or Thursday so that state holiday Friday, the judges won't be here. So when that is over, I'll let you know either way how that turns out. Co-defendants on trial for murder. Last week we were in court, but we were in court in Georgetown, and Liz Smith, she has just got back from maternity leave, but went right back into the courtroom. She had put up she had already done an opening statement. She had put up all but maybe 5 or 6 witnesses, and the defendant said, "Hey, I wish to change my plea from not guilty to guilty." And this is, I try to break down myths and misconceptions on this little show, but it does not matter what we say or what we do. We can never stop a person from pleading guilty. In the middle of trial, they can plead guilty. They can say, "I'm guilty, stop the trial." And that's what happened here. We were all but finished, and he said, "I want to plead guilty." So Lewis Hunter Nance, 29 of Andrews, pled guilty to attempted murder, domestic violence of a high and aggravated nature, burglary, and possession of a weapon. It was in front of Judge Clifton Newman. You remember Judge Newman from the Murdoch trials. Judge Newman sentenced him to 28 years. The most he could have gotten was 30 years on the attempted murder charge. He will have to serve 85% of that before he becomes eligible for parole. The judge also gave him like 15 years on the burglary, 5 years on the gun charge. There was another charge, the domestic violence charge, he gave him 20 years on that. All of that to run concurrent, to run at the same time. So the 28 is the important number, and he will have to serve 85% of that before he is eligible for parole. That case also started with, as all of them, with a stand your ground hearing, which took a lot of time. But anytime a person is facing a lot of time, they're going to say, "Well, I had a right to stand my ground. Judge, please don't let the prosecutor prosecute me. Ban him from prosecuting me." That's what a stand your ground is. The judge saw through that, went into trial, and like day 3 of the trial, he changed his plea to guilty, and now he is facing, or he will face, 28 years of service at the Department of Corrections. I think the victims and everybody else were very happy with that, and another successful case out of Georgetown. This is I tell you all the time, we try to start off with murders or attempted murders or rapes or kidnappings, because we've got a backlog of those cases. Next week, not only will I update you on this one that started from Florence, but our next term of court, we are flipping the script. We are only pulling drug cases. And what happens when you try to focus on murder or you try to focus on rape, it would be very easy for defense attorneys or defendants to say, well, you're never going to get to me because you're starting off with all of these other ones. So all we did was pack a whole week with trafficking and possession with intent to distribute and distribution of cocaine. The whole week is packed up like that. I'm going to suggest, you can hold me accountable, I'm stuck on tape. I'm going to suggest that the vast majority of those cases will plead guilty without any recommendation, throw themselves on the mercy of the court, indicating that they really didn't want a trial to begin with. They wanted to waste time and get, have their case drag on for a year and a half or 2 years instead of pleading guilty. And in every case, what you're going to see is we would have offered a better sentence than they will end up with in going to trial. But that is so that we can move 10,000 cases in Horry and 2,000 cases in Georgetown. You can't try them all. But when you ask for a trial, what we do is try to give you a trial. But when we're in that trial mode, we don't talk about pleas. That plea time's over. That was back then. Now it's all about getting through this trial. And then you win, which is good if you want to win, or if you can win, then you walk free. If you don't, we're asking for maximum penalty. And, we'll get a bunch of people on here, well, my gracious, this one here got 20 or 30 years for trafficking, third offense, and this one got 28 years for attempted murder. You're going to get some sort of, whether we recommend it or not, you will get some help from the court if you plead guilty. You accept responsibility, even if you accept it way late in the game. This guy got 2 years off of his sentence. He probably could have got something better if he'd have pled early on. But when we get to the trial time, then it's, all hands on deck, and we tell them we don't want you to plead. So I'll update you on a bunch of those. I'll guarantee you we'll have a hard time getting 1 or 2 of those cases to catch next week, but we'll see. And I'll update you on the term of court that just deals with drug cases.